Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. My name is Orien, and today I'm going to be playing Broodmother. This is a replay cast. I played this game a few weeks ago. Actually, sorry, I'm not playing Broodmother, I'm playing Timbersaw. I played this game a few weeks ago, and the internationals happened. I haven't had time or a chance to replay, so we're going to bring it up here now. So let's see. Waiting for everyone to load in. We will. Oops. Alright. With the picks. Went ahead and pick Timbersaw. So a few interesting things about Timbersaw. He's definitely a tanky character. He has a really high defense after you get some points into reactive armor. Also does a decent amount of damage, especially whenever there's trees around. I don't know why that worked there and nowhere else. Oh well. Okay. Still waiting for me to drop in here. There we go. Alright, first thing I grabbed is Timber
Prepare for battle.
Again, following a build here. The thing about this build is it's going to focus heavily on Timber Chain and the Whirling Death attack. Timber Chain is kind of like the hooks from the other characters, or like those. It's kind of like the hooks from the other characters. Only it's kind of like Clockwork's hook, where it pulls you to. However, instead of pulling you to another hero, like Clockworks, this pulls you to a tree. And so, the trees allow you to be very maneuverable and deal a very decent amount of damage after you hook in. You'll see a little bit later whenever I hook in, I'll deal damage to rogue creeps. It's got a little bit of an AoE whenever it drags you around. So now we're waiting on the creeps to spawn and the creep block to hit.
The battle begins for good and all.
And I'm in lane with Dazzle, which is being played by Soda. Always like trying to let the ranged creep lead out in front, because they take more damage and it causes the lane to be pushed back easier. And that's what you want, is you want the lane up underneath your tower, not underneath theirs. Alright, so you can see right now I am laning against melee creep. I'm laning against Phantom Assassin, and also laning against, I don't know where he went, but I'll also be laning against, I think it's Storm Spirits. Let me see. It doesn't matter. So we do a bit of harass back and forth. There you go. There's that AoE I'm talking about where I deal damage. Yeah, it's Storm Spirit that comes up here a little bit later on and starts fighting with us. So we'll go through the stats here because this bit doesn't really do a whole lot. We've got Whirling Death, and this allows you to do a little bit of an AoE. It's 100 damage, or it's 100 radius, and it goes up to 250, like that. Timber Chain, which you've seen me use a couple times, you latch onto a tree like that and pull across. Reactive armor, and this gives you, it has stacks, so when you take damage, you automatically put up a stack of
Radiant's
reactive
middle
armor,
tower is under attack.
and it gives you 1
That's not gonna
HP,
hold.
regen, and 1 bonus armor. It stacks to 4 at its first level, and stacks up to 16 stacks, and it has a duration of 16 seconds per stack, or the stack duration of 16. And then his ulti, and his ulti's Chakram, and this fires out a large circular saw blade that sits in the middle of the field. You can't attack while it's going on, but it is very spammable. Its mana cost
The
is
Radiant
75,
should really do
and
something
only
about
goes,
that middle tower.
only goes up to 175 at max level. Hang on real quick. We'll fix this volume issue here. It's a little loud. There we go. Sorry about that. Alright, so this is extremely spammable. You'll see here's some stacks there, and I'll gain 1, you know, as it said before. So each stack gives me an extra bit of armor and regen. So these attacks here are doing nothing more than basically giving me extra armor and kind of spamming regen for me. There's 4, and so now I'm regening and almost regen what damage she's done, and of course Soda with Dazzle in here. Really rare that I'll die near a Dazzle. Or really rare that I'll die near Soda's Dazzle.
Somebody actually died.
First blood, and a point well taken.
Doing kind of bad at last hits here. Got 5 right now. Should have a lot more than that. Okay, grabbing my boots. As low as the mana cost is on him, I really wish he really needs mana boots, because you tend to spam his spells, and he doesn't have a very high mana pool. But you don't really need anything too beefy here. Like, you don't really need to boost his mana. Also, you don't want to stand near low health like that whenever you're near Timbersaw, because he can pull himself to a tree and just absolutely destroy you. So, and again, if I had the mana, I would probably have dove on that, because he does really have a decent ability to dive heroes and towers with his reactive armor and his innate tankiness. I mean, he just has a lot of, he can just take a lot of damage. Missing way too many last hits. Not doing very well at all last hit was. Okay. Went ahead and grab my magic stick, or magic wand now. No one's really casting a whole lot of anything. Phantom Assassin's doing a little bit. Maybe waste my Timber Chain. And again, I glad I didn't dive her there. Would have been bad. I wouldn't have made it. Even with Dazzle behind me, it would have. I just had too low of health. Excuse me.
Regeneration.
Okay, so get magic stick and everything moved around here. Got Timber Chain back up, and we'll go ahead and use it. See how much damage it does. It does a decent amount of damage, and again, as I was saying this earlier about this build, I kind of wish it took more points into reactive armor earlier on, because it does provide a really decent HP regen and armor, and so it does give him a lot more innate tankiness.
Under attack. Oh, that's got to hurt.
However, I can live with not having that armor and place a Timber Chain, and you know, using that to get kills quicker than waiting around and waiting for my health to regen through reactive armor.
Dark light.
People like
Missing bottom.
Storm Spirit there, he can't even really touch me with his auto attack. It won't go through with
See no weaver.
with reactive armor, sorry. Okay, and now I have my ulti, and you'll get to see it here because I'll use it. There it goes. and it deals a large amount of damage whenever it hits, and then whenever it comes back. So it deals that damage twice. So, again, missing way too many last hits. So only up to 10, and it's 6 minutes in. The good thing is I have my magic stick, so I can get those charges off of it and jump my mana back up just enough to use a spell or two. And like I said, he does require a lot of mana and doesn't have a very large pool, just simply because of how much you spam spells. So getting those boots, those arcane boots early is a really key component. It allows you to just do spam spells constantly then. Also, after this is finished, just go ahead and stick around with us. If the party's still open, I'll see if I can jump in with a few of the guys I normally play with, and we'll see about playing an actual live game instead of casting a replay here. I'm about 400 for my boots, or for my arcane booster, my energy booster, so I can have my arcane boots. Again, just kind of hanging back, letting them come to me, so I can
is under attack. I feel sad.
really just pester them with the with my ulti. Again, a very pesterable skill.
Dire's middle tower
If I knew she was there and I could get her with that ulti, she would have died. Templar Assassin down there, or Phantom Assassin, sorry. Get those
Radiant's
two mixed
bottom
up all the
tower is
time.
under attack.
A little back and forth here. Lacking about 200 for my orb. My energy booster. Trying to get those last hits. Still doing kind of poorly at it. There's that one. Little boost from Dazzle there, and down falls the Storm Spirit. Almost got her with the Saw. And again, you can just see I can stand here and just tank damage because of reactive armor. Now I've got 2 levels in it, so I've got 2 stacks, or 2. So now I've got 8 stacks. And now I'm getting 9 HP regen and 9 armor. I can just stand there and tank damage, at least from creeps, and a lot from enemies like that. Oh, I should have called it back sooner. Probably would have had that kill. Again, I went just diving in here. Going to go ahead and saw in, and there's again that Dazzle. That missed chance is really rough with her, but she's gonna go ahead and go in, and I'm gonna miss another Saw Blade against her. as you can see, the cooldown on that ulti, I was saying it was spammable by mana, but the cooldown's 8 seconds. So there's a large amount of just spammability with his spells. It's just over and over. I think his longest cooldown is between his ulti and his Whirling Death, which are both at 8 seconds. So, and his highest mana cost would be his Whirling Death at 175. So he's got a extreme amount of spammability with his spells. And his only real limiting factor is the amount of mana that he has at his disposal.
The Radiant should really do something about that middle tower. The Radiant's bottom tower has seen better days.
So they're going on that bottom tower. And this has been just an overall, just really well played game on our team's part. Anyone that was watching
middle tower is under attack.
would have seen a lot of well-played Timbersaws this international, and they played Timbersaw a lot, and they played him really well. It was really fun to sit there and watch him being played. Honestly, didn't think we'd see that many Timbersaws played in the international. It was refreshing to see it.
Around the tower means.
I don't quite know what we're doing here.
Tower has seen better days. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I guess we're planning on pushing down the tower mid or something to that nature. Maybe mid having a bit of problem. Yeah, I see, we got our good friend Phantom there. And Weaver. Slippery little Weaver, really hard to get a hold of.
Missing bottom.
Went ahead and rotated back top here. We've got, looks like a bit of a rotation. We've got
Radiant's
Lena
middle tower is
up
under
here
attack.
now.
That's not gonna. Dire's top tower is under attack. The Dire's top tower is doing its best, but it doesn't look good. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I just throw out the blade, the ulti for some harass. Drop the magic stick, magic wand, whatever, and all right, I'm going to go ahead and grab the first bit of Bloodstone, which is the Ring of Health. Work towards Perseverance here first. That way, I have that extra, that little bit more health regen, making me a bit more tanky. Just to start off with, now whenever I get the 8 stacks of reactive armor, I'll have, well, it's almost up here. I'll have something like 14.6 regen per second on my health. And see, the creeps can't even, they can't touch me now because I've got so much extra. And just scare them away.
Safe word. The Radiant should really do something about that middle tower. I was under orders. Radiant's middle tower is no more.
That's a good escape mechanism as well. It does provide a bit of slow. So just the ability to escape from that wave that's pushing past you, as well as Timber Chain providing the escape mech as well, with being able to grab onto a tree and just running away. It does. He does have a decent, decent amount of escaping. So when push comes to shove, you can always run away.
Missing
Here, waited
bottom.
for Dazzle. And not quite sure what I purchased just now. Like I said, it was a couple weeks before I actually played this game last, and so not entirely certain what I grabbed. Oh, I sent the courier to Secret Shop. I now have my Perseverance. There's a haste rune. Missing more last hits. Just doing really poorly at last hitting with him. He was a little harder for me to get the hang of last hits on. I think by the end of this I finally got the idea of it. If nothing else, I just spammed spells until I got them. So.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They just
attack.
left that illusioner. I don't know what they were thinking there. But I know what I was thinking, because I seen them leave it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. That's not gonna hold.
And he runs right back into me, but he does Sakuchi away, so...
Weep not for me.
Blown away!
He's tanky, but he's not as tanky as 4 people. Even with that.
Oh, girl.
There's one down. And here's where he comes in the most handy. Is in the trees. There's a double kill. She got me with that. We'll go ahead and chase her down here. She's not getting away. Again, just one of the tankiest tiers I've ever played. He just... Every time he goes and does an attack, he's right
Dire's
there.
middle tower is all alone in the world, being attacked.
There's another kill.
Dominating by the gods. The Dire's
And
middle
another
tower
kill.
doesn't even have arms to defend itself. What a brave tower.
Just like I said, in the woods is just where he shines. He can launch his timber chain back and forth and just never miss a beat with it.
Dark light.
It all respawned by now, so we ended up backing out of here. Didn't like the feel of it, and I'm glad we backed out because they all ended up showing up right at their tower, and we probably could have taken a team fight, but it just didn't have a good vibe to it, so went ahead and grabbed point booster. When you're building this, when you're building the Bloodstone, always try to go for like the point booster first, after the Perseverance, because the Perseverance is really useful. What with the HP and mana regen, that just really helps out a lot. But point booster's important. Oh, this is a nice gank they're trying to set up over here. But point booster helps out a lot because it gives you a boost to both mana or both HP and mana instead of just the normal. So just, you know, one or the other with like the other two there.
Mega dominating.
There's that one. Chase down Weaver here, who's going to Sakuchi away like every Weaver ever. She's going to go in here. I'm going to go ahead and...
You're safe.
And then the safe word. Enough to even get me in here and let me kill off at least one. And I'm going to jump away as they come in and save my ass. It was really well played by the whole team. And it was amazing play by Soda with Dazzle.
That's not good for the Radiant.
She's always on top of Dazzle. I mean, she's just really good at playing him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. I feel sad for them. Mega kill.
And just like that, Spirit Breaker melted.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And off to go get the rest of my Bloodstone. There it is. Now with Bloodstone, you get the... Now I've got 14 mana regen. It gives you 500 health, 400 mana, 9 HP regen, and 200% mana regeneration. And it, of course, has the blood pack, so I can suicide if need be. Now I'm rotating top. We're going to take out these last two towers. Again, spam all the spells. Oh, looks like they're playing around the Rosh pit there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. About time. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Not so radiant anymore, it turns out. Utterly sick. Double kill.
That is one.
Nice. Sacrificed.
And another double kill,
Just as well.
just to get him out of the way, and just to prove that we can, we go ahead and take Rosh as well. And the stacks just start piling up. Now I'm up to 21 HP regen, 22, 35, 38. And it just keeps going up. He can't actually damage me right now. And also, I believe I had living armor on at one point in time as well, but still. He's literally got me in a loop. I can't be damaged.
Has fallen to the dire.
Immortality.
So. And Rush Jumper.
Yeah, thanks.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. By the gods, the Dire's bottom
And
tower
a double
doesn't even
damager.
have arms to defend itself. What a brave tower.
She's going to go in for that. I'm going to go in for the enemies I see there in the middle. Unfortunately, it's Weaver, but he brought friends, so I can't complain too awful much. We'll go ahead and Timber Chain across. He's going to go ahead and Nether Strike me. Again, the damage is just, it's minimal at best. Go ahead and pull that back in. He got that off, and we'll reinitiate. Again, I'm in the middle of 4 players now. I've got Hierophant here with me, and pulled up the Aegis. They went ahead and melted the Aegis, but that's okay because they left Lena around here for me to play with.
Monster kill. Very nice. Dire's top tower is under attack. Oh, that's got to hurt.
And just, again, in those trees, man, in those trees, he becomes a machine. He just destroys everything in his path. Still didn't do very well in last hits. I'm only up to 50. And it's 27 minutes in. So it's about 2 last hits a minute.
Radiant's middle
give or
tower
take.
is under attack. That's not gonna hold. Holy shit, very nice. Killings. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The only problem with Timbersaw is that he doesn't have any trees to kind of jump around to in here. I mean, there's a couple at the top and there's a couple at the bottom, but he's really limited to his mobility in here with the lack of trees. But after you get him high enough, it doesn't really stop him from being able to just dive the 2 tier 4s.
Under attack.
Gyro Ranger's taking those top that tier 2 top.
Radiant's top
Crew's
tower
pushing out
is
tier
under
2
attack.
bottom. There was a lot of things that I could have bought this game, however, it was already this far in, and it would just be overkill at this point.
Oh, wait, they don't have legs.
Here's the GG call from Phantom Assassin.
Unstoppable. Very utterly good for the Radiant. Double kill.
And there's the song.
Holy shit, very nice.
And like I said, he's just, after he gets those levels in reactive armor and has his bloodstone, he becomes damn near impossible to kill. Oh, and the trees on the sides.
Dominating. Holy shit.
Trying to hit him with that saw blade
The Radiant should really do something about
just
that.
to slow him down. And again, I'm sitting here, I'm diving the tower, and it's really not doing a whole lot to me.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. About time. Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Yes, indeed. Holy shit. Holy shit. Double kill. Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
It also does like 5% of their health per second, but it does eat your mana if you leave the chakram. I'm sorry, the chakram does. I think it's 5% of their health. Let me check. Yeah, it does a 5% slow.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen, and I don't mean in love. Radiant's middle tower
And
is
5% of additional damage of 5% they're missing health.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Yes, indeed. Radiant's top barracks have fallen. The Radiant should really do something about that middle tower.
I've got full stacks of reactive armor on me now. You can see I've got 31 HP regen, plus that bloodstone. I mean, the bloodstone's providing a lot more of it as well.
Come over here. Holy shit.
they run back out into the trees.
Holy shit! Double kill! Holy shit! Ultra kill! Holy shit! Rampage! Radiant's middle tower is normal.
That's what happens when you feed a
Radiant's middle
Timbersaw.
tower is under attack. That's not gonna hold. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. The Radiant's ancient is being hacked to pieces. Very nice. Radiant's ancient is under attack.
And there's the end. Just like that. And that's Timbersaw. Obviously a highly winning game of Timbersaw, and that went 20-0 there. But that's Timbersaw in a nutshell, and that's, like I said, I think I'd rather that build, or rather put a few more levels in reactive armor earlier in that build instead. However, the build did really well. Again, I had 10,000 gold at the end of it. There just wasn't any time to buy anything. I probably would have went Shiva's Guard. Probably would have went a another strength item, maybe a Sange into a Heaven's Halberd, just to kind of boost that damage up a bit. The shield could be turned into the stout shield could be turned into a Vanguard. Really, the main thing is you're looking for that Bloodstone, and you're looking for it quick. After your mana boots, you want that Bloodstone. So after that, it's kind of wide open. As long as you're looking at strength items or something to help out your team. He does need some team player kind of builds like Shiva's Guard, or maybe even Vlad's. We already had one in there, just something along that line. But that's Spirit River, that's Spirit Breaker, that's Timbersaw in a nutshell. So I'm gonna close